Good morning. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker. Today I am your host for the morning. My name is Badhun Das. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and IS certified international educational and training institute. In last 3 years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. In Institute of Global Professional, IGP is a training faculty for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualification. The Institute of Global Professional is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that is not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to student, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner to respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we're trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinar, seminar courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like Return Portfolio website, Resume Builder, Cover Letter, Motivation Letter, and Wall Knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can upgrade all day. Kids learning game website, free course, converse sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learner by professional trainers, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. As if member are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before I move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before I move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next with your continuous support, you already completed 1713 webinars successfully. Moving to the next with your continuous support, you already completed 1713 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy yourself. So create your account for once with profile information. Note that with profile information, you will enjoy all features. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you can check all of our previous webinars with verified e-certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate. If you are a host of IGP, then you can download your certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in an award function which organize combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 18 types of instant certificate from our website within minutes. Certificate of global professional membership, certificate of global influence in the pandemic, certificate of active knowledge seeker, certificate of social activities in the pandemic, certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge in Capit 2020, 2021, and 2022. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1. Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2. Teaching English as a foreign language and assessment. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3. Digital Classroom Engagement Tools. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4. The New Trend in Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5. Upskilling Organizational Leadership and Managerial Skills. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6. Trend in Innovation in Mathematics Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7. Research Comprehension Approach. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8. Art in Teaching a Special Program in the Arts. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9. 21st Century Tool in Teaching Mathematics. Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador. Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quiz with verified e-certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teach, gamification tools for teacher. You can join IGP Alumni. You can check out our 50 years premium services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical issue, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous credentials. We solved all issues from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to check all button and pages on our website. Surely I can say you will be benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our 1714 webinar, which name is How to Face Challenge in Life. And today our speaker ma'am name is Dr. H.C.E.R. Sonesh Bharadwaj. She is from India. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker ma'am, I must share a very little bit about her. Global motivational speaker, keynote speaker, certified sales and soft skill leadership, behavioral team master trainer, life and business coach, writer, youth mentor, and woman catalyst. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I am fine, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Doing great. Thank you so much for this lovely invitation.
Ma'am, please present your presentation.
Yes, I will start right now. So, thank you. Good morning, everyone. So, whosoever is hearing me, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because I know people are joining us from all the different parts of the world. My name is Dr. Sunesh Bhardwaj, and I'm joining all of you from India. So, before I start, just would like to take a minute for all of you. As you all know, our today's session is going to be on a very, very important theme called how to face challenge, or let's say conflicts in life. Now, when we say challenge or conflict in life, we all know that we as humans suffers our various dynamics when it comes to challenges. It can be related to life as a whole. It can be basically from professional angle, from relationship angle, from spiritual angle, from let's say social angle. So there are n number of things which we have actually in our on our plate as humans, and we need to figure out which area of our life we are struggling the most, and that's how we can fix them into the most powerful way. So today I'm here in front of all of you like a common human being. Even I have gone through a lot of challenges, and I'm going to exactly share that how I overcome those challenges as human, whether it was related to my professional life, personal life, social life, spiritual life. And being a mentor, I think I do feel I'm totally blessed to share such kind of experiences with all of you so that that can help any one of you in the most important and effective manner. On that note, let's start with our today's theme. So let just give me a minute. I will be sharing up my presentation. Yes. So as you all know, today our theme is going to be how to handle conflicts, challenges in life. A quick short brief about myself, though the host has already given a wide angle array portfolio about myself, but this is just a quick short brief. So, as you know, my name is Dr. Sunesh Bhardwaj. I am a global motivational speaker, an international keynote speaker, a multi awardee. I'm a certified train the trainer coach. I am also certified under sales and leadership master trainer, a life coach and business coach, because I do go and mentor a lot of businesses, especially the startup owners who are struggling enough in the first, or let's say, a couple of years or couple of months to take up this journey as an entrepreneur. Spirituality is my big wide dynamics which I have practiced since ages, and I would say practiced throughout my life, and this is the core crux of my life which helps me to establish my roots very strongly. So I'm a spiritual intuitive healer. I basically help people to unlock their all those energy levels where they actually start operating under performance parameters, and they can unlock those energy potentials to perform to the maximum, or I would say to perform to the highest efficiency. I'm a women entrepreneur catalyst. I always appreciate more and more women to come forward and take this lead in the right spirit. I'm also a global peace ambassador because we as humans should understand we are one. It doesn't matter which country we belong, I guess peace is our common right and we need to work towards it. I'm also honored to be an advisory board member and director for group NGOs, especially I work very in a wide area with a lot of NGOs when it comes to India and USA, and a lot of parts of even Africa. Also, I'm going to touch base and I'm already doing a couple of things for them. Finally, last but not the least, I'm also an author because already my book, Magical Codes of Life, is there in the market. So, any one of you wishes to go and get more understanding and deeper understanding of what life is all about and how life can be more beautiful, you can always consider that book. So, thank you so much for hearing me so patiently. This was a quick, brief, short note about myself. Now, let's understand when we say challenge or when we say conflict, what this challenge and conflict is all about. This word sounds very negative because we as humans don't want to actually go and get into negativity, because since our birth, since our childhood, we have always been trained and conditioned in our mind by our elders, by our parents, by our surroundings, by our society, that what is good and what is bad. There is something called predefined norms, there is something called predefined situational based experiences which we always get from our upbringing. Now I won't say this is good or bad, this is in one way is called conditioning in the society, which is very important. But the most important aspect here is to understand when we say conflict, it's not mandatory conflict is always negative. Conflict at a healthy boundaries within a very limited sector can be really positive and can really good you a very quantitative and productive outcomes. As most of the time, when a lot of people come to me for counseling, they ask very simple question that, Sunesh, please help us. Stress, I get a lot of stress. I always tell people, my dear friends, handling a right amount of stress is needed, pretty much needed in our life. And if you are thinking of leading a life without challenges, without stress, then probably you are dreaming about something which is no more, or I would say, which is nowhere into existence. Because we as humans has been sent on this planet with a lots and lots of complications, along with lot intelligence powers. So if, let's say, there was no conflict, there was no challenge, then I don't think so we need the so called intelligent system with us called brain, heart, thinking, and a perfect body to move around and work in and around. So please understand, you are the most powerful soul which has been created by the creator on this planet for a reason. The reason here where we fail as humans is we don't understand because we want to lead just a lavish life, a luxury life, which has been wired into our brain since ages by our society. We think, if I have big bungalow, if I have big car, if I have, let's say, all the luxuries of the world which I would lavishly would like to enjoy, then only I am successful as a human. That's a wrong concept. We don't want to face challenge, but today I'm going to break this whole term for you, that how a right segment of conflict and challenges in life can really make all of us very strong and give us a path to move forward. And that is pretty much we all need to learn, because life is not about always roses. It's always comes with lots and lots of additional attachment in the form of thorns. As you all know, a rose is not only a rose. Rose can be the most beautiful flower, but it comes with a lot of thorns around it to protect the beauty of that rose. So our conflicts, our challenges are like that, right? So consider it that if we don't have conflict, if we don't have challenges, our brain need not to function, right? We become most lazy soul available on the planet. And then, if humans become lazy, what sort of damage and disaster we can create, correct? So there is a reason why challenges are there in our life. Correct? Let's understand what best we can learn out of this entire conflict, challenges, and how we can take better control of our life and lead the most beautiful way, that why we have sent on this planet. I'm just going to share with all of you in general, majorly we classify in detailed version four different types of conflict orientation based on psychological concept, based on how we see society, or let's say how people interact to us. Number one, person versus person could be a conflict. Number two, person versus self could be a major type of conflict. Number three, person versus society, because you all know we as humans have a very deep influence of society. We talk statements like, no, I can't go out of society rules. That's why we stop ourselves under those foundations, and we don't understand what are healthy foundations, what we should accept and what we should not accept, and where we need to break those rules which are not making any sense for us to lead powerfully. So we call ourselves, we save ourselves, oh no, society is giving me rules and regulations and I have to follow certain rules. Yes, you need to follow, but you should also understand what needs to be followed. Everything available in the society might not be valid for you. Everything what people are saying might not be right for you. But my question comes, do you have the intelligence to take that call, that what is right and what is wrong? Or you are blindly going and following something which is just not making any sense for your life, right? That's where society plays a very vital role. Finally, the fourth one, person versus nature. Now this is very important dynamics. You must see people sometime who are very much frustrated, and they have internal conflicts in their mind that God has not given me sufficient, God become partial, God has a particular issue with me, right? Or God doesn't want me to see like successful human being. God has taken everything from my life whichever I loved in my life the most. You'll find people with such kind of statements are suffering basically from the forced type of conflict in their mind. My dear friends, the power of a creator has no objection, no against, no kind of harsh feeling to any one of us. Because if that was the case, that creator will never create us. That creator has created us something else, like they we could have been into in the form of animal, birds, anything else. So please understand, if you are in the human form, you are most blessed soul, because the creator has done justice to, and creator wants and expects something more from us. So we need to be more, I would say, responsible. We need to be more accountable, and we need to understand that we have been given a power of intelligence to deal with for a reason. Because today, if you start comparing yourself, why this is only happening to me, why not to that, I think you are not serving your purpose as a human. You are simply disrespecting that soul and the intelligence given to you, right? So here, as a nature, I will feel that as a person we need to be more aware about what we are talking. We need to understand what we are uttering out in the form of affirmations, what we are speaking to people, what we are releasing energy in the universe makes a huge impact on how things has to turn around us in terms of conflict and challenges. So these are very deep types which I have explained from my side when it comes to challenges. When it be, as I explained the four types, let's understand in work dynamics, because see, we all have our own profession. Some of you might be a student, some of might be a homemade, some of you might be handling professional degrees and working for professional institutes, some of you might be doctor, engineer, lawyers, doing some sort of your own profession, whichever you fits into or you feel is relevant for you, right? So there is a different conflict which arises in those all segments. The most important, number one, is relationship conflicts. Number two can be a task related conflicts, where you have a lot of disagreements over what is to be done. Relationship conflict is a wide area which again we fail to an extent to understand the emotional concept of people, because everything we want the way we love to see around us, and we don't respect how the other as a human will be feeling when you do such kind of things. Number three, process conflicts, disagreements over how it should be done. Number four could be status conflicts, disagreements over who is in charge, who should be called as the supreme power, who should be dealt at the top priority, whom I should follow and whom I should not follow, things like that. Now, how to manage them? Let's understand. Number one, in first case, in the very first thing, do nothing. This can be one sort of area where you say, let the conflict resolve itself. Now, let me tell you what sort of conflicts will fall under this category. There will be certain things which will not be in our hands as humans, because we don't hold that kind of powerful ways. So, certain things which are not in your control, I would say, please surrender those things to the supreme power or the creator, whichever belief system you have with you. It doesn't matter which religion you come from, because we all have been created by a supreme power. It's thus just the different name which we have given from our side. We call it through any religion, it is in one and the other form presence, right? So you can surrender that entire thing. That is first way to handle it. Number two, address indirectly. Means, at work front, in personal relationship, it may be sometime a case where you don't want to directly hurt somebody, but you want to just pass on your message. So you can passively communicate either through others or help the person to understand that what probably the person is taking action, or what this person is probably trying to do doesn't make sense. Number three, address directly. You have to confront the problem ahead of you. Please remember, running from the problem will never help you to get to the right solution to it. And finally, exit relationship. Means change boss, project, team, or job. Let's say if on the professional front you are struggling a lot, you are suffering a lot, you have a toxic relationship sense in and around you, your teammates are not supporting, and you are just continuing, prolonging because you feel, oh no, this is the only job I can get, I cannot get a better job. My dear friends, it's time for you to change. And I know change is very, very, very painful, but you have to take that call, because if you're not able to, you will struggle throughout your beautiful life, which you can actually create very powerfully by taking the right calls. Right? So that's how these are four different types of conflicts when it is relevant to professional dynamics, or it comes to relationships, or it comes to any of the societal changes. What could be the common causes of conflicts? Let's understand this. Number one could be a new job. As I mentioned, in your profession, you might be suffering from that. Let's say the boss is very strict. The job profile and the role given to you, you are not able to understand, or you find that the lot of colleagues are not very supportive around you, or let's say there is a corporate politics happening, or let's say people are not at all sharing what has to be shared in terms of relevancy of the job. Right? There can be a number of issues, so that can be first cause of your conflict or challenge at workplace. Number two could be losing a job, because currently we all know, keeping in mind artificial intelligence, a lot of other technological booming industry coming into the picture, a lot of people started losing their job. But my dear friends, I have simple thing to say here. Technology will grow, new changes will come, and we need to accept them wholeheartedly with the most welcoming way, and we need to upskill ourselves. Just losing a job doesn't mean that you are not valuable, or you are not worthy, or you don't have a capability and potential around you. It is simply a sign which is telling you that it's time to level up, and you need to level up. Right? That's where you will find the best version, or I would say the better version of you. So when you are losing a job, I would say never lose a hope, never lose your heart, never feel like you are not worthy. Probably this universe is guiding you towards the better opportunities, and see this right signs and move into that direction. That is what all is trying to tell you. Number three could be marriage, learning to live as a couple. Now, this is the most challenging point right now. I think every individual is suffering in their life, either silently, non silently, loudly, you name it, more one and the other way. This is one very, very big area people are suffering. And you know the simplest form why people are suffering? Because they don't understand and they don't connect. It's like they fastly get into a relationship because they feel, oh my god, my age is growing, I might not get someone, let me just quickly fall into a relationship. You need to understand, you can have hundreds of casual relationships, but when it comes to the one most beautiful relationship in our life, and that too if you are calling marriage as a very, very uh, the most important relationship in your life, I would always suggest, take a pause, take a break, think wisely, and then only you're supposed to move towards this relationship. Because this is not a relationship which you have to play around. This is a relationship which you need to harmonize with a some different soul. And when I say different soul, you have to accept a human being like a human. Nobody is 100% perfect. It's all about the beauty of accepting the wholeheartedly the pros and the cons of a human being. Then only you will see this wonderful marriage will harmonize your relationship, and you will live very powerfully as a couple. Number four, change in financial circumstances. Now, let's say you're working for a job where you're working day in, day out, you're working so hard, but nothing changes in terms of your financial circumstances. And that's create pretty much a problem in your relationships, in your personal space, in your social space, because you are struggling enough. So please ensure that you need to build sufficient for yourself, where I won't say a luxury lifestyle, but at least you should have sufficient for yourself to fulfill your needs by yourself. You should not be dependent on others. It may be your parents, maybe your spouse, maybe your near and dear ones. At least you should create that much for you, because without that, you as a human will be insufficient. Number four, birth of a child for a parents or siblings can be a great challenge, because I have seen a lot of young parents do not understand whether they want a child or not. Right? They simply say, "Okay, now we have a child. We are life is going to be very challenging." I say, my dear friends, please understand, having a child doesn't mean that you have to struggle and you have to challenge and you have to curse everybody. Right? First of all, have your consciousness factor working. Why you need a child when you're mentally not prepared? Right? Having a child and not having a child does not define that you are a human, you are a productive human, or you're an unproductive human. Please understand, these are taboos being created by society, but you need to fight very strongly. I would strongly recommend to people that if you are mentally, financially, and physically not very supportive in order to have your first child at quite early ages of your marriage, please don't go for it. Plan it appropriately so that once this beautiful child comes into your life, you should have an internal happiness with you, not something like you are just treating that child, "Oh my god, why this burden has come to me." I mean, this is the worst feeling somebody can ever has as a human, and you have no rights to curse a newborn child. Please understand. Finally, the most, I'm sure this term you all see everywhere: divorce, separation. People have terrible breakouts. People have breakups, people have emotional turmoils, people are entering and slipping into depression, people are falling for casual relation for every second day, third day. They have multiple affairs. Everything boiling down to one single thing, that you have separation and divorce. And the reason behind this is you yourself, nobody else, because you don't have that kind of balanced approach towards handle your relationship very powerfully, because you consider everything is a challenge. Everything may sounds like a challenge, but then there is a way to handle that challenge. Next one is getting sick. You can have a medical issues yourself, or your family or your friend can be one of the very big challenge in your life. Next is moving can be from after a heartbreak, or let's say someone you're very close has cheated on you, you have a business failure, or let's say your business partners has cheated on you in terms of business finance. Could be any sort of thing, and you have to release those pains from deep down to your heart, and you have to take a new fresh move. Could be very painful and very challenging. Death of a loved one, and that loved one can be anybody, can be your very close, can be your pet, can be someone whom you respected and whom you, let's say, have a very deep connect on. So these are very few common causes which I shared with all of you, and I'm sure we all know these are common causes of getting into a challenging situation. Three reasons why strongly conflict occurs. Number one is because of the situational conflict, which are like a short lived conflict about common problems of daily life. You fight as a husband and wife, you fight as a boyfriend or girlfriend, you fight like a partners, business partners, because you don't have understanding what to speak and what not to speak, right? So those are short lived conflicts, and you solve it quickly and you move on. Next one could be personality difference. Now, this is a kind of differences in our personalities which cause conflict, which can be daily to forever. Because, see, when somebody is suffering from personality differences, this person keeps doing a lot of negative self talk, and these people always feel very shameful in sharing to, let's say, to the other person or to the opposite person, because the person feels that you might judge them, right? And they suffer from this kind of very deep conflict in their heart, which can create a lot of big problems for them, and they can even struggle throughout their whole life. Finally, the power struggles, right, where you get a ego clash, you get a control clash. And I want to explain here with a very common example. You must have seen when two, let's say, in a kind of spouse controlled environment, you have a husband and a wife. Let's say sometime your wife is working at a very powerful level, and she's earning very good, and she's a kind of very independent soul who fairly understands what is what. But let's say, contrary to that, the husband is not that supportive, and husband always feel, no, a lady should not be such a powerful level, or a lady should not earn more than a husband, right? Or a lady should not be so independent so that she start ignoring me. So this kind of power struggle can come into a husband's mind, and vice versa too. This, I'm not saying only female should be at a power. The role can be reversed. Let's say when the husband works at a very powerful position and he starts ignoring wife for a reason that I am the one who holds everything, so you better listen to me because I take all the major calls. So that behavior is very toxic. So if your relationships are bound around power struggles, my dear friend, that relationship is a very short lived relationship, and you might end up getting into a divorce or a separation emotionally, mentally. But for societal reasons, you might stay together just to prove to the society you are together, but internally you are dead. Right? So those internal deep relations or emotional touch comes from power struggles. In a narrow down process, we can broadly classify conflicts into internal conflicts and external conflicts. Internal conflicts, something which you drive with yourself, which you drive internally. External conflict, where is someone else is responsible to put you into that challenge or the conflict. As I just explained, internal conflict that takes place in the mind of a character. It's a conflict within yourself. Means you get into it, you start doing self-negative talk, you start asking yourself a question and you yourself give an answer to that question. That's the state of mind I'm talking about. Right? Here example could be, let's say you are being abused by you with your parents, but you do not want to rat them out, so you are facing a conflict within yourself. Because somewhere society says, hey, the definition of a good son and a daughter is you should not go and stand against your parents. Yes, they're right. But you have to also understand, if your parents are just cursing you, if your parents are just abusing you, even parents needs to understand that they cannot have a child in this stage of mind. So it has to from both the side. That's how you beautifully build and collaborate on that relationship. But let's say if it's only working from one side, the child is too much deep into, it's high chances that your child will slip into a deep depression, and the person might suffer from a mental sickness which can live forever in the life of that human being. So be very mindful of how you are making people to feel around you, how you are treating people around you. When people speak even wrong and right, please don't judge them very fast. They come from certain traumas in their life, and please understand, everybody is not that intelligent, everybody is not awakened soul, so they go and randomly act into certain function. But let's say if you understand that dynamics, you hold yourself and try to help that individual person, so the person can be also put on track with the right life. We have a beautiful, I would say, 6 stages defined by Kohlsberg's model of moral development. This is a model which actually defines that how we as human grows up in terms of our morality. Right? You will find the first base purple, beautiful purple shade, avoiding punishment and self-interest. These are two levels where we are pretty much in our thing, and you will find this level exist when we have, let's say, our initial ages of our life. Then you have a kind of attitude where people should call you good boy, good girl kind of attitude. You do each and everything to sound like a perfect in front of people, because you have a problem taking no from people. You have a problem, people should not come and just criticize you in certain thing, right? Because you can't take that heat up. So you start operating like a yes man person. You go and say everything. Parent says yes, friend says yes, teacher says yes. You don't go and challenge why everything has to be yes. There must be a reason why no has been created, right? But let's say, my dear friends, if you are not able to think on those lines, it's a severe problem. Because saying everything yes is a major problem in our life, and saying no again for everything is also a two extremes which can create havoc in your life. You need to create a balance where to say yes, what to say yes, and what to say no. Right? If let's say sometime there is a very difficult situation, most of the time people ask me this challenge that, Sunesh, we have been living with our parents since ages, especially when it comes to marriage. They don't like the boy or the girl whom we love, and they go against. How to tackle those? I said, don't go against to your parents, just help them to understand why you want to be with that person. And before that, please understand, the person with whom you want to be in life, is he or she is the right partner for you in terms of leading a life, or you're simply attracted towards somebody because of their physique, physical body, the looks, the kind of money they make. I mean, these are short lived, right? So before convincing your parents, I would always suggest first you understand, are you with the right partner, or it's just a kind of freak out game? Because always understand, none of the parents would have a feeling that my child, whether son or daughter, should fall into a trap or should lead a very worse life. All they want us is a good things happening in their life, because they have seen enough challenges and they don't want to go, they don't want their child should go and face the same. That's the only caring factor which actually plays so strongly when it comes to a child. But if you are able to bridge that whole challenge in their mind, and if you are able to convince their mind that why this person is good for you and apparently for your entire family, I'm sure over a period of time you will be able to sustain those areas and you can live a wonderful life with your parents, with your in-laws, and you can create such a beautiful harmony around you, right? But it's again a call. First, you need to understand what the decision you are going to take, how this decision is going to impact. It should not come from a forcing act, or society says me to function into a different manner, so I have to go with this by leaving everything. My emotion goes for a toss, my personal love and relationship goes for a toss. That's not called leading a life. That's called you are following somebody because somebody has guided you to do something, right? So please be mindful of that. Social contract and principles. This is a extreme stage where we start operating by having a mixed combination of our experiences, feels, emotions, and we also follow certain societal norms, because we are social being. Apparently we need to understand everything what society says might not be right, but it does not mean that what they say is everything is wrong also. There are certain good things society has been created for a reason around us, so that we all can be disciplined, we all can be onto a right track, and we can lead beautifully. So please understand, society has a major role to play in our life, but society should not become everything in your life also, right? So these are the areas which you need to understand. What are moral conflicts? External conflicts are struggles between characters who have different goals, or between a character and forces of nature. Your internal conflicts very much could be psychological struggles that characters experiences when they are unhappy or face difficult decisions. Now the question comes, and this question you will find always haunting you around you. People might sound very silly sometime asking you, hey, you don't have moral ethics, hey, you don't have moral attributes, hey, you don't have moral traits. First of all, my question comes to all of you. Do you understand what do you mean by moral ethics? Do you understand what is called moral challenge? A moral challenge is the most deepest challenge which can really screws a human's life if you don't handle it properly. Because these all are driven very much onto the psychological factors. So if you don't understand that dynamics and equation in your life, you are going to create a hell lot of problem in your life. The moment you balance, you see 90% of your life will fall on track. Now, as I beautifully explained the Kilmonk's stages, now this is something which I want to give you a clarity on. Because, see, when we talk about pre conventional, this is pretty much a age which falls in the category of 3 to 7 years of age, where moral reasoning based on reward and punishment happens. And that's why kids, especially, you will find they are so sweet at this age that they will happily do anything and everything when you say, I will give you chocolate, or you offer them something in the form of a reward, and you say, if you do this you will get this. So you will find the child will do each and everything to ensure that they get what they are looking out. Similarly, a same child, you can put and push them into a punishment, say, like you must have seen parents go and torture a child, right? If you do this, we will beat you. If you go there, we will beat you. If you touch this, we will beat you, right? So this is something called, you create that fear in that child mind because you want to condition that child right from the childhood in an age which is called pretty much a pre-conventional. And that's why we always says, be very mindful of as parents what you are doing in front of your kids, because their mind is so susceptible, so sensitive to take all these calls very strongly. And from here the child journey will get be decided how this child is going to turn around to be a rebellious, a good way, because you start building the foundation in the child's age pretty much as a parents. So this is, my dear friends, is the age where you need to be extremely careful. Please do not do silly things, do not fight, do not unnecessarily create trauma around your child or anybody around you who is pretty much into the pre-conventional stages. Number two, conventional stages, where pretty much you'll find people falling into the category of 8 to 13 years of age. Here, people sometimes start asking moral reasoning based on external ethics. I mean, your child, you might sometime feel you are telling to your kid, hey, don't wear this kind of clothing. Child asks you, why I should not wear? My friend is wearing, nobody asks. Their parents are not forcing them. Why are you forcing me? Questions like this will start coming because here the child falls pretty much into the category of asking you question based on law and order morality, right? Then you as a parent will start making that person understand, hey, if you wear such kind of clothes, you are bad boy. If you are wearing such kind of clothes, you are good boy. So we have given them a kind of distinguishing factor which fits into their brain, that what is called the definition of a good boy or a good girl, and what is called the definition of a bad boy and a bad girl. And that's here the second layer of fulfilling and development stage happens. So your child here will take very strongly whatever you are going to convince as a parents. So please do not give them wrong hopes. Do not give them and show them a life which is all filled with only luxury, because this is the most important and crucial development stage for your child, whosoever is falling in this category. Because post this, your child is nowhere in your control. The child want to run their life on their own. And I'm sure all of you will agree to this, right? So this is pretty much one and two are the stages where as a parents, let's say if you want to create a difference in your child's life and you want your child should be into some sort of different way to lead a life, this is the way where you have to put a lot of effort, energy, and you have to create a right value system around you and your family, so the child can imbibe with all those great values. You can have an enriching moral ethical culture in your life. Finally, when we enter into post conventional, that is nothing called adulthood, here we start asking questions or moral reasonings which are based on personal ethics, social contract. You'll find here people will start, especially people who are very shy to interact with people. If let's say they start going and interacting with a lot of people, they start understanding how people behave. They start falling into a lot of relationships here and there. And please be very mindful of, if your child is getting deviated toward that kind of affections, it's a dangerous affection. You have to pull that person back, not forcing, but probably you have to make them understand why the sense of casual relationship should not be a part of anyone's life, because that can screw your life to the most. Because when people enter into a stage of mindset, I know everything, I know what is good for me, this is a dangerous stage. And after a certain age, the child will not hear to anyone, because the child start forming their own boundaries, they start forming their own experiential sheets, and they start forming their own blueprint to lead a life. They start seeing what their friends are doing, and let's say by mistake, if the friend circle is very toxic around this child has a high chances that he or she is going to take a wrong path. So you need to keep eye as a parent, and if you have a kind of control system there, please control it into a nice manner. Do not go into a forcing act. Do not go and forcibly try to impose certain things on child, because that is not the stage where a person is into the mindset to learn. And this is pretty much happens with all of us today. Whosoever you are, whatever you are doing in your life, please understand certain things has been decided by you, and that's where you stand very strongly in your belief system, right? So these are the stages how we go through and crosses. Finally, let me tell you, a lot of people say we have conflicts based on lot of areas, right? So your internal conflicts, when I was talking to certain people, can have a religious conflicts and challenges. They have this very strong willpower that my religion is the supreme one. My dear friends, if you really understand the definition of so called religion, please go and visit your holy books and holy, I would say, holy thing. They will give you the right senses about religion. No religion is bad and good. Every religion has a beautiful way to express themselves. It is we as humans are creating that nonsense things around it by creating our own short stories, because we have our limiting beliefs. So we have always the challenges, and we have always our own definition of defining why you should follow my religion, why you should not follow their religion, why that religion is not good, why this religion is supreme. You have no rights to speak all this. You are nobody, right? You have a different belief system towards a religion. Yes, good. Please follow it. But please do not speak negative about any religion, because that's again not your way. And if you deeply understand the concept of religion, my dear friend, you as humans has the very first and the foremost religion to follow on is called humanity. If you cannot accept people from any religion, any caste, any country, I think you have not understood religion definition properly. Correct? Please understand, converting one from another religion, talking bad about any religion, does not solve the purpose at all. It's all about how much mentally you are developed, how much emotionally you are developed, and how well you respect as humans as your first religion. If you are nowhere following that religion, then it's a long way for you to learn a lot of things in life. Only fighting on religious beliefs will never give you a powerful life, right? So start following certain things which can really give you powerful move in your life, and you can become the most supreme soul, respecting every human in the most profounding manner. Romantic conflicts, this is an area where everybody's suffering big time, as I did mention. Especially people's always at a young age, they come and say, oh my god, I got a heartbreak, this person doesn't love me anymore. Please understand, that is a too early age to come to some judgmental statements, right? You need to handle your emotions very powerfully, otherwise that can really drive you into a most challenging situation of your life. Types of relationship, I want to just tell all of you, because a lot of people have this kind of relationship challenges in their life which pretty much sucks their life. So I want all of you should first understand what type of relationship you have in and around you. When I say relationships, it's not necessarily to be only a romantic relationship between a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband or a wife. A relationship can be between parents and child, siblings, near and dear ones, close friends, your teacher and you as a student. It can be any relationship. How this relationship is shaping you is very, very important. Number one, we have platonic. You know the meaning of platonic, where let's say you have somebody from an opposite gender as your very close friendship, but you don't fall into this intimacy trap of getting into physical intimacy. That's called platonic. Means you understand each other, you respect each other, you have a close bonding and close friendship, but without any physical expectation. That's called platonic. Romantic, where your feelings are involved of love and attraction through intimacy, commitment, and infatuation. This can be seriously a very underestimated form of relationship if you are very young, and if you really don't understand what is called feeling. You simply have a attraction towards the opposite gender because you feel, wow, that person looks amazing, the person is the most handsome, or that girl is the most gorgeous girl, right? So please understand, that's not called romantic. That's simply called you have an attraction towards somebody because you fall into this trap of liking something about that person, whether the dressing sense of that person is amazing, the person uses very high tech perfumes, the person makes a kind of good amount of money in and around, the person has a great friend circle, the person go and enjoys lavish parties and all this, and that pretty much sets you into the tone of falling into that trap of, oh, I'm into romantic relationships. No, my dear friends, you are not into a romantic relationship. You are just into a attraction, destructive romantic relationship where you don't understand whether it is love or it is my attraction. And it's very important to understand that, because see, these all things, when I say attraction, physical body, looks, your beauty, your any kind of these all elements are very short term. These will be there for only few years with you, but post that, you slowly, not slowly, I would say currently it's getting hard hit, and people are getting apart from each other the moment all these things are over. And that's why they never feel, they come and say love is a failure. Love is not a failure, my dear friends. Love is the most purest form, provided that you understand which sort of love you are falling for, right? So please do not underestimate and do not overly estimate when it comes to romantic, because this is the most confusing stage a person needs to understand. Number three type of relationship is a codependent relationship. It's highly imbalanced relationship where one partner typically takes care of the other. This could be pretty much, let's say, a husband and wife. Husband works, wife is not going for work, though she is well capable, well educated, she can go and support family. I'm not against to people who are staying at home. It's good if you can balance, but I would always say to especially female counterparts, you are not here just to sustain on your husband's salary or kind of financial gain husband is creating for you. You yourself also can create a kind of independency, and you can help your spouse and partner into the most powerful way. That should be your understanding. And for God's sake, please don't keep these all thought process in your head. I should not go out, step out and work for this and that. Why you should not? You are well qualified, you have your degrees, you have your education, please utilize this to the best, right? Fourth one, casual. This is a slow poison where a lot of youngsters will fall and die eventually. They feel today relationships are much more about physical intimacy. They don't understand, this is a very overrated and I would say underrated when it comes to, physical intimacy. People feel by having a physical intimacy their life can be more beautiful. My dear friends, you are emotionally getting disconnected from people and people, because casual relationship is all about today you have one partner, tomorrow you are hunting out for another, then third day you are going for a third partner, and in this way you are just changing partners, but you are not understanding it's high time for you to change your internal feelings. It's high time you understand what is what, because if only by getting physical intimacy people could have experienced love, it is not so easy, right? That's why we say love takes ages, love takes janmas, love takes years to come and have the most prophetic, pure form. And people who have experienced that, they will never talk about casual things. My only humble request to all of you, if you are craving for physical intimacy, please go and take care and take help from experts, because that can screw up your life. You need to work on those areas as soon as possible. Falling into casual relationship is not the solution to handle that. You need a proper guidance for it, right? Please go and consult a good expert, a life coach, where they can really help you out to unblock all those mental blocks which is actually stopping your energy and putting you into a wrong trap. And if you really want to have a best partner with you, trust me, best things comes with lot of sacrifice and lots of persistent wait, right? Because there is a saying, when it comes to especially marriage and finding the right partner, that person should be the one in your life where you sacrifice everything for that person and you completely become dedicated to that person. That's the beauty of a relationship. Changing partners will never give you satisfaction, both physically, mentally, emotionally. This will only break you, right? So think twice, and I would say 10 times before you fall into any casual relationship. Finally, open and toxic relationships. These are very unhealthy attachments. Somebody could be really connected to you because they feel you are emotionally very balanced. They somewhere see you very powerful and they just want to get associated with you because they feel getting attached to you, getting associated with you gives them a kind of peace in their mind. That can be even physical, that can be emotional, that can be psychological, and these relationships are highly toxic. Please be again very powerful in terms of taking a right call decisions, because see, sometime I have seen people fall into this trap. Sunesh, Today we don't have anybody, we need to have somebody. Please don't have this wrong thought process. You need not to have anybody when you are very powerful and well awakened soul from yourself. You only need somebody over and over again when you are very, very mentally and emotionally weak, my dear friends. Start working on yourself internally. Don't use people just because you are weak. Rather, empower and inspire people because you are strong, right? This should be your mindset. And always remember, you have been made or sent on this planet for really doing powerful good things. And the right partner will come only at the right time when you are very balanced. Till then, that person will never turn out in your life because you are weak. And a strong person cannot come into a weak person's life just to have a relationship. Always understand this, because universe has a fine tuning. Universe has a simple law. He will never put wrong people in your life. Always understand, wrong person come in our life because somewhere we are weak, and we need to understand that these people has come to teach us a lesson. So it's much better for you to learn that lesson very powerfully and move forward to handle the challenge of your life, right? That's pretty much about your relationships. So I'm sure you have a now wide understanding that when you are falling for a relationship, should you go for it, or you should halt yourself and pause yourself. If the relationship is not right and it is just built around on your lot of physical actors, please stay alone. I would suggest it's much better to stay alone rather than having a wrong kind of intimation, rather than having a wrong sort of relationship and people around you, because they will only screw and create toxicity in your life. So take wise decisions, because you have only one life to sustain right now. Finally, I want to give you a formula with how you can handle your conflict management, right? Number one, competing means you have equal partners, both side with you. They can be your friends, they can be somebody with whom you're associating, could be a very close one, and you each other complement each other in all the good way. You identify something weak in the opposite person, the second person identifies something weak in you, so you help each other to build on that strength, is called competing. You are not somebody who is teasing each other, hey, you have this weakness, I have this supreme. No, you are somebody who complement each other, who helps each other to come forward in life and overcome those challenges. That's number one. So especially if, as you are into a married relationship, or let's say you are into a kind of um, relationship with anyone, and you are finding your relationship is going weak, start operating from competing. Give equal space to people, give equal thought process, and complement each other for whatever they are doing in life, because that's the beauty of having into a relationship. Collaborating, pretty much at a workspace you find a lot of team peoples do not understand your feelings, do not gel well. So you need to understand, you have to create a collaborating factor there. You need to create a feeling of collaboration, avoiding anything which is negative in and around you. You feel that can spark a kind of conflict, that can spark unnecessarily kind of emotional baggages. Please avoid those situations. Finally, accommodating. Do not fall yourself into a trap. I am so and so, I am so powerful person, I'm working at that title, I'm working for such and such job. My dear friends, you can be working for anybody, that's for you. You are not doing a favor by working at any post, right? Please understand, you are running for yourself, you are creating everything for you, so you have no rights to go and tell people I'm doing so and so. So keep your ego in control, keep your pride in control. If you are doing fantabulously great at powerful levels, I would say God should bless you more and more to have that in life. But please help people and become a kind of personality where you can accommodate people in your life. People should feel very happy and welcoming coming to you, rather than they feel, oh my God, this person have a lot of ego, the person have a lot of pride. Those things should not come into their minds, right? That's called accommodating. And this can be one of the most beautiful way when somebody at a very powerful position learns how to accommodate people in their life. Compromising, above all, compromising is not a negative aspect. You need to understand life is like that. We have to shut down a lot of negative areas in ourselves. We need to come out of our shell, and we need to become more powerful. So we need to compromise on a lot of areas when it comes to, let's say, removing your bad locks, removing your bad practices, giving up on your all negative addictions, habits, which is nowhere serving you, right? You need to just put on compromise and move forward in your life with the right set of the people, because that's how you create a kind of lucrative, luxurious, and the most satisfied way to lead your powerful life. So that's all about your conflicting management and how to handle conflicts and challenges, whether it is related to your workplace, personal space, social space, any relationship, whichever you are getting into. Right. Finally, what's the importance of getting into this conflict management? It helps to bind people together. It preserves your relationship. It helps to define and clarify structure and expectations. You can take better decisions. It can help you to increase your productivity. It can lead to new growths and ideas. It can energize and increases people's motivation. That's the most important thing you need to understand. So these are the positive outcomes when it comes to conflict or challenge management. So that's pretty much from me, my dear friends, and thank you so much for listening out so patiently and giving your valuable time, especially on Sunday. And I'm superly blessed that I got a chance to interact with the entire family of IGP. All of you, you all are listening me from so many different parts of the globe. And I think Sunday morning, it's a great blessing. Thank you so much. Always stay blessed. Love, light, peace, and lots of abundance to all of you. Signing off, Sonish Bhardwaj from India. Thank you so much. Over to you, host.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one for valuable time of our webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. participant, dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an online quiz competition. Ma'am, our first question is from Bhal and Oroga. Ma'am, is visual infrastructure is first key cause?
So, visual infatuation, when we talk about, and this question has been asked by Uruga. So, Uruga, yes, visual infatuation can be the first cause, but it is not mandatory the first cause because it depends upon the intelligence of the person. If the person is very clear in the mind that the person is not, let's say, carried away by the very first look, just the way how the person puts the makeup, or how the person just, go and try to project a very great presentation in front of people as the first outlook, that might not be. So if you really have your presence of mind, and if you really like someone's intelligence, and you really like somebody on emotional and intelligence level first, so those areas of visual infatuations can be highly avoided. But people, let's say, who are not balanced, and they hardly understand, and they easily fall in trap by the looks, and they easily fall in trap by power, they easily fall in trap by the way how they talk, and it's pretty much outer external, right? So these people need to work a lot in terms of balancing and having their more better understanding of relationships. This is how you can handle for your question number 1, Urga. I hope you got the right answer.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Flomi. Good day, everyone. Hi, ma'am. How must we embrace challenges to change our mindset? Thank you.
Great question. Thank you so much, Flomby, for asking this very powerful question. So, number one, when we talk about challenges, see, challenges will be there in our life throughout. We don't know which challenge might come. Correct. So you need to understand, you should be mentally prepared. Anything comes in my life, I am very much ready to face those challenges, right? Because see, today your life can have a different challenge, let's say my life can have a different challenge, and similarly our wonderful host can have a different challenge in her life, right? So we as individuals have different challenges to handle. We don't know what is going to come next to us, but all we know is, are we mentally prepared to handle that challenge or situation is very, very important. Now, your very powerful question comes, how to take challenges very positively. Think in a way, challenge has been given to you to make strong. It is something like that. I'll give a very practical example here. I'll share a very practical example with all of you. Let's say you have a kid at home, your son or daughter, anybody for that sake. So you have only one son, right, in your life, and you just give the kind of upbringing to that son like a prince, where you don't want to show your son to go through any pain, because generally parents, this is what they do. They don't want to expose their kids to any kind of challenge. They want to give them a very pampered life. So let's say till age of 2021, you were quite blessed to keep your son with you, and the entire education has happened along with you, where you took care of each and everything for your son. Suddenly at age of, let's say, 22, and after this, for further higher education, this your son has to move out, and he's moving to a city and a state or a country where everything he has to do by himself. Now what do you feel your son is going to have a life about? I'm sure you got the right answer, right? Your son will now have the dark night of the soul, and he might be, chances are, might be there, that why my parents have never exposed me such kind of things, because today your son is struggling because of you. Correct. So if, let's say, the same child from a very young age could have been given a kind of upbringing where you slowly start involving them in lot of household work, giving them a small task which can help them to build mentally very strong, where they start understanding how to talk with elders, where they start understanding how to behave with people, why not to speak rude with people, why not to misbehave with people. So things can be very sorted out in this individual's life when the person move to a new country, and the person feel more confident, person feel more enriching in terms of leading the life, right? This is the role of a challenge, which actually helps us to grow more internally in a firm base foundation. And the most important thing is you start becoming more powerful and become very relaxed when it comes to handling bigger challenges, right, Flummy? So this is the answer which I would like to give to your question. I hope this really helps.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Aaron. Good day, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. How can we view challenges positively? Thank you so much, ma'am.
So this is pretty much the answer which just now I shared with all of you. How to take challenges positively. When any challenge come to you, whichever belief system you have, whichever religion you follow, and whosoever you follow in your life, and you have a strong belief as a supreme power, I would say surrender those challenges to that particular power. Say, this challenge has come to me, please give me strength so that I can tackle this challenge with the most understandable way, and then take practical approach and action oriented approach to handle that challenge into the most efficient manner. So you will see suddenly that slowly you will start building on your challenges in the positive manner. Correct? So this is very important, Aaron. This is the answer for your question. Yes,
Thank
do
you
we
so
have any
much,
other
ma'am, for
questions?
your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Ishaya. Ma'am, kindly explain and give relevant example of open relationship.
Okay, good. So, Ishan, what happens is when it comes to open relationship, here the person do not have any sort of commitment. And I'll give you an example. Let's say there are two individuals, a boy and a girl, who fall into a relationship called open relationship. So here this boy is very clear that I will not give a commitment of anything, means we are not proceeding towards marriage, we are not proceeding towards any kind of serious relationship. We will be just keeping it open. We will be just into the relation till we like it, we will do whatever we like it into this relationship. But whenever we are feeling very bounded, whenever we are feeling very suffocated, or whenever we are feeling like kind of not seeing each other further, we are free to move out of the relationship. So technically, if you ask me, this is not a kind of relationship, this is a purely, I would say, kind of deal you do with each other, that we are just with each other for our personal benefits. That personal benefits could be anything, and this can be really very toxic, because relationship should not be taken for granted, according to me. And that's why right now a lot of people are losing the real meaning of getting into relationship, right? Because everywhere they have this culture of toxic open relationship or casual relationship, which pretty much just satisfies their physical needs, desires, and to an extent to an emotional connect. And after this, they don't want to be sound like a committed and fully accepting each other, and that creates problem. That's the meaning of open relationship, Ishan. I hope now you are very clear about open relationships.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, there is no more questions from our participants. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you everyone once again, and have a great day ahead. Thank you so much.
Honorable ma'am, before I move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can.
Sure, I'm
Yes.
leaving now. Thank you so much.
Welcome, ma'am. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. For some technical problem, we cannot continue the quiz session from our website. So to join the quiz session, you have to go www.slido.com and the quiz code is 2233652. I repeat the code 2233652. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. 23 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. First question is, was this movie I could learn how to face challenges in life? Option 1, watching. Option 2, watches. Option 1 is the right answer. 95% people are right here in the leaderboard. Alex is holding the first position. Our second question is, what is required to face challenge in life? Option 1, money. Option 2, finances. Option 2 is the right answer. 92% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Alex is holding the first position. Our third question is, high dash is important for an individual to face challenges in life. Option 1, respect. Option 2, self-esteem. Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Alex is holding the first position. Our fourth question is, challenging your perspective will allow you to achieve more passion to face challenge in life. Is it false or true? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Alex is holding the first position. Our fifth question is, the virtuous ability to face challenges in life with strength of mind will the spirit. Option 1, intellect. Option 2, valor. Option 2 is the right answer. 63% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Flammy is holding the first position. Our sixth question is, in the life interrupted, how do they refer to changes formerly drafted persons face regarding sustainable jobs? Option 1, poverty amplified. Option 2, trafficking class. Option 2 is the right answer. 29% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position. Our seventh question is, challenges that we face in life and our response to those challenges: stress, depression. Option 1 is the right answer. 48% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position. Our eighth question is bonus. I feel confident to face challenges in life. Option 1, yes, absolutely. Option 2, yes, somewhat. Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position. Our ninth question is, how do the challenges that Drivens face in this FIG country related to the challenges that a student can face in the RW? Option 1, too narrow. Option 2, associated. Option 2 is the right answer. 88% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Maria is holding the first position. Our last and final question of the session is, affect one's capability to face challenges and struggle in life. Option 1, acquisition. Option 2, struggles. Option 1 is the right answer. 25% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in a top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in a top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in a top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say, properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to avoid a lot of people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button, again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.